welcome to Anita Vita Rise. All right, everybody, welcome. It's Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Who can make it better? Anita Vita Rise. In all types of weather, Anita Vita Rise. Get you back together, Anita Vita Rise. Go send her a letter, Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah, yeah. Anita Vita Rise.
Welcome to Rise with Anita Vita. I am your host, Anita Vita, Master Medical Qigong teacher and healer. I'm so grateful and thankful you're here for another amazing episode. As you know, this show aims to amplify women's voices, have them share their stories so that they are a ripple effect of healing in this world. And today, you guys, I am so happy. I'm so overjoyed. I'm so exhausted from keeping this inside of myself, this news, to not share with you. And if you know this about me, I don't usually share things until I'm close to the nitty-gritty of the details of things coming together. And my hope is that it's not because I'm foreboding joy, which is what Brene Brown talks about. I think in one of my last episodes, I've talked about how foreboding joy is like you feel like if you share something or if something hasn't come together yet or come true yet, you feel like, oh, I'm going to keep it inside of myself and not really share yet because it may not come true. Or you probably have heard the saying that the other shoe may drop, but you're like keeping it inside of yourself. So I'm like working on it because I've shared some video about myself so I could feel the energy of when it's happened, but I don't like really necessarily post. And so I'm going to stop keeping you in suspense and just go right ahead and share what is happening and the amazing blessing and opportunity that Rise with Anita Vita is able to take part of. Look, I can't even, when I'm excited, the words just jumble up. I may even make up words. So don't judge. I know you don't judge me because that's why you're my people. So I'm so excited to announce that we are going to be a part of Miami Swim Week. So yay! I'm so, again, excited, exhausted. I don't even know all the details. My amazing friend is taking care of it. And so this is a huge, massive, massive thank you to Kachita Hines with Style on the Spot for putting this together. And I'm so grateful. And so I'm going to share a little bit about the backstory of how this came to be. And this is going to meet today's topic about getting out of your comfort zone to be in the spaces and places that will elevate you. So in the last episode, I talked about myself going to a women's event that was out in Malibu. And to be honest, I didn't even really think I wanted to go. I was exhausted. Ladies, I'm sure you can relate. I was on my moon cycle. And usually around that time, I stay inward. I want to like zen out. I want to cuddle with my dog. I want silence. I want just, whatever it is for you. Each cycle is different. But for the most part, this summertime is really like hitting me hard because I have like a ton of energy that I want to keep going and going. And then, of course, the replenishment period takes a little bit longer. So I'm aware about that. I'm aware of that about myself, but sometimes I pretend like I'm not, and that I don't like it. And that's the biggest thing for me, though. It's like stillness has been my greatest challenge because I can do all day, every day. And that's something you need to also get to know about yourself, where your strength lies and where balance needs to also happen, or the harmony. So when I received this news, it was really just like popcorn, like hot. It was like just so fire. I arrived in Malibu, and then I'm taking in all of the. I share a little bit more in depth of what happened, but at this point where I got the invitation, was we were together. I was standing. I was ready to grab like my wine and exit the space. And so I'm talking to one of the reps, and then I see somebody from the corner of my eye, like my periphery. There's this woman just like really close, and I could feel her energy, and I'm talking to the rep, and then I look up, and I was like, Kachita, like I literally said her name. Like, is that you? Because she looks so familiar. And I haven't seen her in about 2.5 years, or maybe a little bit longer, since, her launch party for her office, having her own space. And so fast forward to now, or well, now meaning 2 weeks ago, we just like hit it off. We just synchronized everything from how we were checking in on each other, and just like when you see an old girlfriend, you're like, oh my god, da 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 da, and I'm just like, girl, are you like not getting my emails? Because I've been trying to get her on this show and interviewing her. So amazing as well. She is like in the fashion week space, as well as style and marketing and branding. There's so much to this woman I probably still don't know, and altogether she's just amazing. So fast forward to reconnecting, I'm like, hey, I would really love to let's go to coffee, let's have coffee, let's have lunch, because she's in my neighborhood, she's in my hood, we ain't far from each other, we're like literally 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most, and we hang out in the South Bay bubble. It's like everybody really knows each other. And so I where was I? So I ask her like, hey, pull up this, and if you know this about me, you've met me, when you want to get together with me, what I do, and we're in person, I will look up my calendar, and I'll sync with yours. I was like, pull up your calendar right now, and we will find a date to get together. Because if you are uber busy, I know what happens. Life happens, and you'll never get together. So as we were doing that, though, I had like no reception. People had reception, but except me. So I had to just go old school about it, and like, I'm just going to follow up with a phone call later. And but before that, the moment I asked like, hey, are you available for lunch or coffee, she looks at her schedule and she's like, I am slammed, I do not have time. And she's like, but girl, can you make it to Miami for swim week? I was like, what? And this is just like so fast. And immediately I said, yeah. I was like, yes, I'll be there. I'm going to go. And she's like, you can bring a friend. And why don't I do your podcast there? Do you want a podcast there? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to podcast there. Let's go. Like, she's like, I'll book your calendar. We'll get it together. I'm going to see you, we'll catch up. And that was maybe like a 5-minute conversation, if that. And then we hung out a little bit, and then you could just feel like my joy was like, oh my God, Fashion Week. I was like, I know how important Fashion Week is, or swim week, both. And the funny thing is, you get to know this about me, is I have no idea what to expect. I'm familiar with it. I don't really follow it. So this is like a huge, it's not my industry, right? And so I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. And what I'm most excited about is getting to know the people whom I'm going to meet, as well as interview. And while it's so important to be in those those places, right? That's high vibration. People all over the world are going to want to come together. And even though, so for those of you who don't know what Swim Week is, it's to celebrate the swimwear industry as well as, those in the resort wear industry too. But so many things are happening during that week where they have trade shows just for industry professionals. They just don't only showcase the clothing, but they get together, they connect, they make businesses happen. Like they have, create relationships aside from the awesome parties that are also going to be happening. It's just this whole hub of fun and fashion. And this time around is happening in Miami. And so I'm just really excited to really share what's going on and that you guys get to be a part of it. I wouldn't be here if, without you guys. So I'm just so grateful and so incredibly thankful that you are coming on for the ride. At this moment, things aren't even fully booked yet. I know I aim to get there like by Monday. And I'm just flowing with it. And that's also another thing that I'm having a challenge with. It's like, can I trust, have faith, and just let things flow? Because things were happening where I'm trying to book something and it doesn't meet, or I'm trying to reach someone and it doesn't happen. And I'm not getting answers for certain things. And there's this side of me where I'm just like, why am I not getting answers to things? Like, why won't people, all of these things? And I was like, I had to take a breath and like bring it down a notch and just trust and be in that stillness and remind myself, this is the self-talk, that everything and whatever is happening in that moment is still meant for me. So I think sometimes we get to a place in our minds that something's good or something's bad, right? Like, oh, that didn't happen. That's bad. Or like, oh my God, this happened. That's good. And so the training is recognizing that in the moment, as you're creating, as you're manifesting through your words, through your behavior, are you cognizant or are you conscious of knowing, well, that's the same thing, that, well, hey, it's neither good or bad. I'm going to stay open to what the universe or what spirit is telling me and how I'm going to be led by. And this is a whole new ball game, you guys, because when I travel, and go through, and set up for things, I'm super planny. I love my checklist. I have my resources. Everything's done in like less than 24 hours. I've done that so many times. And that's one of my gifts. I'm just like, like the networking happens, my mind, the people coming, who to reach out to, who to, get this book, that book, this and that and the other. And so now I'm like trying, right, to be still. And I was like, why are things not happening? And that's the thing about time and space. Anything can happen and click in a moment's notice, literally like a second. So I have to just like stay calm, collected, and relax as much as I can until all of that like comes through. So I'm super duper excited. Who is that? Anita, see you in Miami Diva. Oh, who? That's probably like co-host / travel extraordinaire / Versace. If Versace's watching this, y'all got to sponsor him. Connoisseur is watching Fashion Week, all the things. I just got distracted watching the comments just in case you guys have questions or want to keep giving me the high five. Oh, it's Eric. What's up? And so, what's up, fellow diva? Okay, so he and I are going down there to just really take in the vibration, the people, the huge, I know there's a huge Latin vibe there. And so, I stopped over one time, and it just felt really good. As many years ago, I was on my way to the Bahamas for a wedding with my husband. And so this time around, it's like, wow, I've always wanted to visit this place that everybody talks about, the glitz, the glam, the playground for most DJs. That's, their Vegas, Miami is their Vegas. And so I'm like, this is really exciting. This is really fun. I can't wait to tell you all the details. Just be sure you are following me if you're not already following me on Instagram. It'll probably, I'm going to switch between the two, but whichever one, you're always going to see the highlights from the trip. So it'll be Rise with Anita Vita podcast, as well as Anita Vita Rise, which is my personal handle. We cannot wait to share all the things, share the behind the scenes, and take you all along for the ride. So with that being said, get into those places and spaces where you don't even know that one conversation can drastically change your life and expand you and elevate you. And that's what it's all about, right? And I'm so inspired. I'm so excited. I am also very exhausted. And it couldn't have landed in such better timing, that I am just fully just grateful for everything, especially my practice that allows me to sync up with the energetics that is most important, that lines up to your highest self and highest version of you, and that no matter what may look like on the outside, it's most important to always stay true to yourself. And guess what? It always lights up a fire underneath your butt. Because why? When that happens, you move in the direction that you are most aligned with. So I appreciate you all. I'm not going to cry in this episode. I really don't feel like crying, but it's been such a wild ride. I mean, if you really look at the timeline from where I started, when I started Tai Chi and when I started my career and, moving this trajectory as a meditation teacher and healer and Qigong teacher, from 2018 to launching the podcast 13 months ago, it's like, it's unbelievably quick, right? At first, when I was reflecting, I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize how quickly it happened. And in between, I'm just noticing the clearing that needed to happen in order to get into the space for the alignments that's most best for me. And I'm just incredibly overwhelmed. And I believe that when you also continue to go after your highest aspirations, things just appear like magic and before your eyes. So I just want to stay I just wanted to say that my intention has always been to inspire you to do the same. And if I can do it, you certainly can do it yourself too. So with that being said, you guys, I'm so incredibly grateful. I'm so happy. I appreciate you all. And as always, I root for your rise. Make sure to, leave an amazing review on Apple Podcasts. If you found like all of my episodes are helping you, supporting you, you get to share it with everybody else. That way I can continue to share my story, amplify everybody else's voices, especially women on this platform. I appreciate you guys. I will see you very soon. And the next time you see me, I'll be in Miami. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful night.